Hi all, today we are going to see Power BI interview question which is asked in Accenture for round 1. So we can see what are all the questions they have asked and we can see with the explanation. So the first question is, what is merge and append queries? So we can explain like this. Merge query is a query that is used as a join operator which is there in SQL. If we want to join a two different table in a column level, we can use this merge query. So when we are using this merge query, we need to fulfill these three conditions. Common keys should be there, data type should be same, appropriate join type should be chosen. So so the join types are left join, right join, full outer join, inner join, left anti-join, right anti-join. So for this common key and data type, I'll give an explanation. For example, we have this table. This is table 1 and this is a table 2. The table 1 is March month sales and this is the customer related information. When we need to join these two tables, we need to have a common key. That is called here, if you can see here in this example, order ID is a common key. So based on this, we can able to join it. And the data type here, if you can see, this order ID is a numerical data type, so we can join with this order ID. So that is what the explanation which we have given here. Append, we can give a explanation like when we are combining the two data set, it will be like a union operator. When we are we'll be using it in SQL. It will be appended by row by row into a new table. So to fulfill this append query, we need to fulfill this three conditions. So number of the column should be same, data type also should be same, the column name also should be same. For example, if we can see here, the table 1 is a March month sales and the table 2 is a April month sales. So when we are appending these two tables, we need to fulfill these three conditions, right? So there are three columns in March and March month, and there are three columns in April month. So the first condition is been fulfilled. The second is data type. So these three column is same, is having the same data types, and the column name also same. So in if these three conditions have been fulfilled, we can append these two tables so that we can achieve this query, append query. So this is how we can give an explanation with an example. So this is a merge and append query explanation. The next question what they have asked is, what is the difference between star schema and Snowflake schema? So we can explain like star schema, a single fact table will be surrounded by the different dim tables, and in Snowflake schema, a fact table will be surrounded by the dim tables, but there will be some of the dim tables will be indirectly connected to the fact tables. So for example, if you can see here, in Snowflake schema, there is a fact table and it has been surrounded by the dim table, but the dim table is having some sub dim tables. So this sub dim table, it's been indirectly connected to the fact table. So it is a complex model. In most of the uh, projects, we will be using this star schema. So the single fact table will be surrounded by the different dim tables. So this is like a star view, right? So that's why it's called as a star schema. So this is how we can give an explanation for this question. What is the difference between star schema and Snowflake schema? Next question they have asked is, what is the data connection available in Power BI? So we can answer this question like we have four data connection available. One is import, mode, direct query mode, live connection, and composite model. So import mode is where we are trying to get the data from the different database and store it in Power BI. So we will be having some space in Power BI. So when we are having when we are having a data in a limited mode, like pro user can have can import the data uh, like 1 GB, premium user can store the data within 10 GB. So, so all the data control will be in our hand to work on the data and to visualize the views. So this is how we can explain this import mode. Direct query is like if we are exceeding the limit. For pro user, it is 1 GB, more than 1 GB. For premium user, if it is like 10 GB, if it is more than 10 GB, in such cases, what we can do is we can use this direct query uh, by querying the data from the data source. So this direct query can be used when we can connect the huge data, and the limitation is some of the DAX function we can't able to use it. So that is one of the limitation in this. So live connection is very much similar to the direct query mode, but the measures and relationships we can't able to create it. It will be there in database itself. So that is a limitation in this live connection. And then the composite model is where we will be connecting data from a different modes like import, direct query, live connection. So the combination of all those uh, modes, it's called as a composite model. So like this, we can explain the this question: what are all the data connections available in Power BI? The next question is what are all the different type of gateway in Power BI, and explain it in detail. First, we can explain what is gateway, and we can list it out the types of gateway after that. So gateway is used to connect the on-prem data to Power BI service. So on-prem data in the sense if the data set, if it is available in Excel, CSV, folder, or in SQL Server. In such cases, we need to install this gateway. We need to push the on-prem data to cloud. So for that purpose, we are using this gateway. So it is an application. We need to download it and we need to install it, and we need to connect the data from on-prem to a cloud. So when we are installing this application, it will be asking whether you want to install it in standard mode or personal mode. Most probably in organization will be in in all the organization will be using this standard mode only, because multiple user need to need to collaborate and share the reports, and they need to have the access, right? So for that purpose, the standard mode is used. This personal mode is like when we are using only for our purpose, we can install this. But when we need to collaborate with multiple users, in such cases, we can install the standard mode. This is how we can explain the gateway. The next question is what is sync slicer and how will you incorporate it? You if you have multiple pages, and how will you filter a data? So first we can give an explanation for the sync slicer. Later, like if they are telling us to share the screen and explain how the sync slicer works, we can see that also how to do that. So first we can explain this. Sync slicer plays a crucial role in Power BI as it ensures consistent filtering across the multiple reports, pages, and data source. So if we are clicking a particular slicer on page 1, it should get synced with page 2. So that is the explanation for this sync slicer. So how we will be incorporating this in Power BI, we can see that. So when they are telling us to share the screen and to incorporate that in Power BI, we can install some sample data in our Power BI, and we can just create a 2 pages, one chart and one slicer we can create in these 2 pages, and we can tell them like, for example, I'm just adding one of the slicer here. So here, if I'm in the page 1, if I'm filtering this book cases here, it will get filtered only in page 1, not in the page 2. If you can see here, it is not being filtered. So in such cases, if you want to get filtered in both the pages, uh, uh, in that cases, we can use the sync slicer. We can go to view, click on the sync slicer, and in page 2, we have these two options, right? One is sync and one is visible. So this sync, what it does is, if we select this bookcases, right, it will create a if I click on this visible, right, the same sync slicer, it will be available in page 2, and this sync check, if I click this check box, whatever the selection if I am making here, it will apply in this page 2 also. That is the purpose of these two check box. I'm clicking this, it will generate a slicer here. So I will delete this one which I have created. So this is the auto generated by this option. So what I can do is, if I am clicking on this bookcase, it automatically filters for bookcases in page 2. So this is how we can incorporate this sync slicer in Power BI. So this is how we can explain this. The next question is, what is RLS, and explain it in detail, that how you will be achieving it. So we can give an explanation for RLS. Again, if they are telling us to explain it in Power BI, we can see how to do that. So first we can explain this RLS. RLS is a row level security. It is a way to restrict the records to certain users. So, for example, if we have a region that, for example, we have USA and UK, the USA should be visible only for the certain user. UK data should visible only for the certain user. In such cases, if the client requirement is like this, in such cases, we can use this RLS. So in this RLS, we have static RLS and dynamic RLS. There are two types, static and dynamic. Static is a RLS where we can implement by using the manage roles, which is there in Power BI. It is similar like a filter function which we'll be using in a DAX. So next is dynamic RLS. It will be attained by using this user principal DAX function, and which will be capturing our user mail ID at a runtime. So this is how we can explain this. Yeah, and if they are telling us to explain it in detail by sharing the screen, so we can do that as well. So most probably in our organization, we'll be using this dynamic RLS. So we need to say like, I have used this dynamic RLS in our project. So we can see in Power BI how we can implement that. So I have taken the same Power BI file. Now I'll implement this dynamic RLS. Mostly in organization, we'll be using this dynamic RLS, right? So we can do the dynamic RLS now. So we can explain the same in interview as well. I have implemented this dynamic RLS. So I explained that in detail. So what we can do is, uh, uh, first we need to we need to have this user table. So for example, Mahesh sir need to see only USA related information, and Santosh sir need to see only UK related information. So I said you right, for RLS we need to restrict the data for the certain user. So this is how the client information will be provided to you with the mail ID, and side by side we can update the region or country, which country they need to see it, and which, like, if they want to see only USA, they can see only, they will be viewing only USA, and if they want to see only UK, they will be seeing only UK related information. So first, we in the organization, we need to collect these type of information. Once it is done, what we need to do is, we need to create a table in Power BI. So we need to go to home and click on enter data, and paste the information which we have collected, and name this as username, and just load this one. So this information, this country information should be available in your fact table. So what we can do is we can connect this user related information to the fact table. We can see here we have the country column here in fact table, and we can connect this username table with this fact table here. So it have created a relationship here. Just click on save. So once it is done, what we need to do is we need to go to modeling, click on manage roles. So where as I have mentioned before, for dynamic RLS, we need to use this user principal name. So it will capture our user mail ID. So where it is there, we have the user mail ID in user name table, which we have created now. So click on this username, click on this new, and click on this switch to DAX editor. Uh, so we have this mail ID in this column, right? A mail ID column. After that, what we can do is we can type this user principal name. So that's all. We can just save it. So what we are doing is we are just taking this column, and we are connecting this mail ID with this user principal DAX function. So just you can save this. So once it is done, you can close this. Whether that information which we have updated in the manage roles, whether it is working or not, how we can test is we can just go to view roles, click on these two, just test by giving this mail ID for For Mahesh sir, it is view USA information only. It has been viewed. For Santosh sir, we can check it. It's working. Only UK related information that's been displayed here. So we can click on this top viewing. So once it is done, we have implemented this in Power BI desktop. So if we need to do it in we need to publish this in service, and again we need to enable few settings there. So what we can do is we can publish this. I have already created a workspace in Power BI service as a PBA demo. So what I can do is I can publish in that workspace. Once it is done, I can go to that workspace. Whatever the we have implemented the RLS here, right? The file name is Power BI question. I have saved it. So this is how it displays after publishing it. Once it is done, what we need to do is for this workspace, we need to give the access for the user whomever we have mentioned here as a viewer access. So click on this add people or groups. Click on paste those mail ID which we have copied, and we need to click this viewer access and click on add. So once it is done, we need to go to uh, uh, Power BI dataset, click on this ellipsis, click on security. Again, we can paste those two mail IDs here. and we can save it. Once it is done, we need to check it, right, whether it is working or not in Power BI service. We have tested in Power BI desktop. Here also we can just click on this ellipsis and click on this test as well. So what we can do is we can just paste the mail ID. And if you can observe for Mahesh sir, it has been restricted only for US information. So only US related information it's been applied. And for Santosh sir, UK related information should display. Yes, it is applying. So like this, we can explain this question to our interviewer. Next question is, what is drill through concept in Power BI? We can explain like this. Drill through in Power BI means it helps us to dive deeper into your data without leaving your main report. And it helps us to navigate between the pages with applied filter. So like this, we can give an explanation. If interviewer, if they ask us to explain in deep by sharing the screen and to explain it in Power BI, so we can explain like this. So with the sample data, we can create the charts, and we can, in this data, what I have done is I have a product related information, product sales. So I have listed out the product versus the sales information in the bar chart. So I am creating a other page, one more page, which has the month related sales and region related sales. So what I'm doing is in drill through. So I need to understand for this envelope sales on which month the sales was higher, and in which region the envelope sales was more, or in which region the envelope sales had been made. So I need to dive deeper. So this is our main page. So I need to dive deeper means what I will do is I will go to the page which I have created for only for the product related information. And what I will do is I will just drag this product name here. This is the product name which I am updating here in this area. Uh, Sorry, not here. Under this uh, function. If you can see here, add drill through fields here. So I'm just dragging this information here. So what it does is the same name. If you can see here, the product name only I've used to display this product sales. So that's why what I'm doing is in this area, I'm just dragging this product name. What it does is, if I am right clicking on this envelope, so it takes me to the respective page which I have created only for the product related information. No? So it will take me there, and it displays for envelope. In November month we have this much sales, and in India we have this much of sales. So it gives maybe in-depth analysis for this product information. So this is how we can create the drill through. The advantage of this is in the main page it will not occupy the so for this only for this product related explanation, we don't want to update all these information here, all these information here. Just if we can update one chart, and we can say like if we right click on this, we can have a in-depth analysis of this product information. So like this we can explain in interview. In this drill through, we need to right click on this, and we need to go to this product details. But when we are showcasing this to a client, when they are using it, they will not be aware like whether this chart is having the drill through option or not. So in that case, what we can do is either we can give the note for this particular chart. This chart is having the drill through option. Right click on this, or else the easier way is we can go to insert go to button and click on blank. Go to this button setting, go to style, change the text to click here to drill through. Once it is done, what we can do, we can go to action option here, click on, go to type and click on this drill through option. Destination should be product details. So once if we done the setting, what it happens is it will be in the grayed out zone. So once if we click on a respective bar here, so it will be enabled. So we can click on this button and we can go to the product details drill through page. So this is how we can able to resolve this issue, and we can give the explanation like this when they are asking in interviews. The next question is, what are all the charts used in real-time project, and explain some of the charts. So they will. This is the common question in interviews. They will be asking it. So we can list it out the charts whichever we have used in real-time projects. So we can just explain them. We have 30 plus standard charts, and we have 350 plus custom charts. So we can list it out a few of the charts, and we can give the explanation why we have used the charts. So few charts like pie chart, donut chart, cards, multi cards, KPI, and in custom charts, dot chart, Sankey chart. So we can list it out, and we can give an explanation like pie chart is the chart which can give the value in percentage, and line chart is a chart where we will be listing out all the month wise or year related information, time related information. So in my project, I have used this line chart for listing out the month wise sales, like that we can explain it. And donut chart, we can explain like it is very much similar to the pie chart, but only one advantage is like we can add the card in the center. So that is one thing. And map visual we have used in the project. So it is very much useful for the geographical information like state, city, country, region wise information. We can plot it. In our project, we have plotted for the to plot the sales versus the region information. So we can mention few of the charts and with the explanation. And scatter plot we have used for two numerical values. In my project, we have used like sales versus the profit information. To display that information, we have used that scatter plot, like that we can say. And in custom chart, we can say like dot chart we have used to view the multiple categories versus the subcategories. And Sankey chart we have used to compare the like categorical information to compare it. We have used it. And in our project, we have some requirement regarding card alignment. So in normal standard charts, we couldn't able to fulfill that. So we have taken this advanced card to align it. And to have the conditional formatting, we have used this advanced card, like that. The infographic chart we have used for the gender-wise analysis. For pictorial view, we can use this infographic chart. Like this, we can give an explanation. So this is how we can explain this question. The next question is, explain in detail about the decomposition tree chart with proper example. So this decomposition tree, it will help us to see the data in multi levels. So if we have any data which have hierarchical information, suppose in the example we can see we have the sales related information. If we want to drill down and if we want to see it in a like which item have made the highest sales, So we can click on the plus mark, and we can expand that, and we can see this is how this is television is the highest sales among this total sales. So if we want again to drill down in television, which region have played a major role, so we can click on the plastic mark and plus mark, and we can expand it. It will show us the information. So in central region, we have most of the sales for the television. So for each and every segment, we have the those drill down option. So we can expand it, and we can able to view it in a lower level. So this is one example we can give, and one more example is sales related. In total sales we have, we can drill down by country, state, and city. So we can have this example as well. So this is how we can explain this question. Decomposition tree chart with a proper example. And next question is explain about the type of DAX function in Power BI, and tell us about the time intelligent function. So we can list it out all the function, and we can give the list of the time intelligent function also. So the common function category. So we have five DAX functions. One is math and stats function, logical function, text function, filter function, date and time function. In date and time function only, we will be having the time intelligent function. So the common function which we have in date and time function is dative, year, fraction, year, month, date, and these are the common function we will be having it in date and time function. Time intelligent function is we will be having this dates, YTD, dates, QTD, dates, MTD, date add, dates in period. So based on this, we can able to calculate, like for example, in the project, we can able to analyze for the current year sales. We need to identify the previous year sales. So in that case, we can use this time intelligent function to get the values. So this is how we can explain this time intelligent function. If possible, we can give an example also. Question is, if you have a table with date column, I want to calculate month-wise sales, how will you achieve, and what will be your approach? So to answer this question, we need to answer it in Power BI desktop. So we can go to Power BI desktop. In the sample information, we are having this date related column, in fact sales. So what we can do is, we can create a month column with the DAX function here itself, or else we can create a date master table. Normally we need to explain an interview, like in project we used to create a date master table. So from there we will be taking the month related information, and we need to plot that month wise sales. So we can see how to create that date master table. Click on this new table, name it as date master table, and update the calendar DAX here. And we need to refer we need to update first the first date DAX, and we need to refer the date column with this fact sales date. So we can update date here, and we can close the bracket, and last date we need to update, and we need to refer to that fact sales date column. So what it does is, it will take the first date of this column and the last date of this column, and in between whatever the date is there, it will appear here. So we can just enter it. So we are taking the date related information from this fact sales. So now a newly calculated DAX master table has been created here with the date column. So from this, now what we need to do is whatever the information which we can pull, like year, month, quarter. So we can refer this column to derive those respective columns. So now to answer that question, we need to have that month sales, right? We can click on this new column. Uh, After that, we can name this as month, and DAX also we can update month, and we can refer this column, date master table date column here. After that, it will generate the month number here, but actually we need the month name, right? So we can name this column as month name. After that, we can update the DAX as format, and then we can refer the value in this values place. We need to refer this date column. So once it is done, after that we need to update the format, in which format we need the date month name. So I'm updating within the quotes with 4M. So it displays the whole month name. So just we can click enter here. Once it is done, uh, we have created a date master table which has the month name. Once it is done, we need to click on this date master table, and we need to click this mark as date table. So click this and switch on this, click this date. So what it does is, from now on, it will not refer the date from this fact sales. It will refer and this Power BI desktop, it will refer the date from this column only. So that for that purpose, we are doing this setting. So once it is done, what we need to do is this, we need to go to this modeling, and we need to join this date master table to this fact sales. So it is creating a one-to-one relationship. Just make it, uh, click on the save option. Once it is done, now we can plot, sorry. I will just copy this chart only. I will take this month name here. I'll replace this product name to month name. So we can, this is the time related information, no? So I'm just changing it to line chart here. Now, might be there will be a follow-up question also. Now we have answered this question, like we need to plot month-wise sales. So now we have answered this question, but one more follow-up question we can get is, this month name is not in a proper order. January is in different place, and Feb, all it is in different place. We can't able to sort here, like again it will be having some problem here. In that case, what we can do is we can go to table view here, and we can click on this date master table, and we need to sort this month name, right? So click on this month name. We have already month had been allocated to the respective month number, right? So it should get sorted based on that. So click on this. There will be an option under the column tool, sort by column. So we can sort it based on the month number. So we can click on this. So this month name will be sorted based on this month number. So we can go to the chart, and we can click on month name. It will get sorted. Click on sort ascending. So it will get sorted based on the month name. So from Jan to December, it will get sorted. So this is how we can explain this question as well. The next question is how to handle many-to-many relationship in data modeling in Power BI. So to answer this question, we can tell them like we will be creating a bridge table between the two tables, which is creating a many-to-many relationship. So further, if they ask us to explain it in Power BI, we can explain them like this. So for example, I have a table like this, transaction related table and customer related table. In transaction related table, I have a multiple customers here. For example, this customer is having a in 2 days, he is having a multiple transaction here. So his name is repeating multiple times, and a few more customer name also it has been repeated here. And in customer related table also, the name has been repeated multiple times. When we are joining these two tables in Power BI, it will throw a pop-up like it is a many-to-many relationship. So in that case, we will be creating a bridge table to connect this transaction related information and this related information. We can see how we can do that. I have taken the same customer table and the transaction related information in our Power BI desktop. When we create a relationship between these two columns are same between these two tables, right? That's why we are creating a relationship between these two columns. When we are creating, as I said before, there are few customer, it's been repeated. So in that case, it is throwing an error like it is creating a many to many relationship. So normally we will not be using this many to many relationship because it will it will show us incorrect information. So because of that, what we can do is to eradicate this issue, we can go to transform data. So in these two tables, pick any of the table. Now I'm selecting this transaction data. Just right click on this, duplicate this table. Because why I'm saying is, in these two table only we have that customer column, right? It had been we need to have a unique customer column now. So for that purpose, I'm duplicating this column, and I'm naming it as like bridge table. We can name it as bridge table. And if we right click on this, remove duplicates, we can click on this option. And these two columns, we don't want these two columns. So we can remove these two. And this bridge table is having a unique customer name. So from this bridge table, we can have a relationship between these two. So for that purpose, I have done like this. So if you can see here, these two table is having customer information, right? So in this bridge table, we have a unique customer name. So it is creating one-to-many relationship here. So whenever we are explaining this many-to-many relationship, we can explain like this, where we can implement a bridge table like this, and we can resolve the many-to-many relationship. So when if we want any customer related information, no, so we need to take only from this table. For example, I need customer name. So only from bridge table, I need to drag this customer name and the relevant information. Like if you want sum of transaction, we can drag it from this. But whenever we need a customer name, no, we need to drag the customer name from bridge table. So this is how we can explain an interview. So next question is, what are the joins available in SQL, and explain it in detail. We can explain like this. We have four type of join in SQL: inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. So in inner join, if we have table 1 and table 2, the common records will be displayed to us when we are using this join. And in left join, the if we have table 1 and table 2, table 1 information will be appearing, and the common record between those two tables will be appearing. So next join is right join. Table 2 information will be displayed, and the common record between those two tables will be displayed as well. In full outer join, either it is matching or not, all the information from table 1 and table 2, it will be displayed. So this is how we can explain this joins. The next question is, what are DDL and DML commands in SQL? We can explain these 3 points for for DDL these 3 points and DML these 3 points. DDL is a data definition language. It is basically to change the structure, or we will be altering the structure. So we can mention the command as well: create, alter, drop. In DDL we will be using these commands, and the DDL command cannot be rolled back. Then for DML is a data manipulation language. It is basically to manipulate the data. So we will be using this commands: update, insert, delete command. We will be using it, and we can roll back the DML command. Sorry, DML command. So like this, we can explain this question also. So this is how we can explain an interview. Hope this session is useful to you all. Thank you.